Jai Hind all of you. I, Deepak Pandey, welcome all of you in maths class. Today we are going to study a topic from geometry, but before starting the main topic, we will study some basic terms here which will be required to understand the topic. So, some basic terms are there. Point, line, plane. Point, line and plane, these are the three terms which are considered in geometry as undefined terms. Why they are called undefined terms? Because we do not have any perfect example of point. Point we can only give similar examples, but not that will not be exact example. Point is a breadthless length. Breadthless length. So, tip of a sharp pencil or a pen is considered mark made by the tip of the sharp pencil or pen is considered as the example of point. So, I have made here one dot here, so this represents a point, but actually it is a breadthless length, means it has neither breadth nor any length. So, another term is line. Line extends indefinitely in both the direction. There is no end points of a line. So, no perfect examples are there. We represent a line simply by drawing like this and make both the sides arrow, then make any 2 points here, A, B. Then we say AB is a line. AB is a line. We can also represent the line as like this by small letters like L, M, and so L is a line, but it actually extends in both the directions infinitely, so we cannot get a perfect example of line. Now next term is plane. Plane, this board itself, this is an example of plane. But when it will, this is part of a plane, but actual plane extends indefinitely in all the directions. So, we also do not have any perfect example of plane. So, that's why all these three terms are considered as undefined terms. Now, one more point that I would like to discuss here that will be required there, angle. What is an angle? This I have made a ray whose initial point, starting point is O and A is any point. There is no end point in this direction. This is only a starting point, or you can say that there is only one end point, or that is the starting point of a ray. So, this is a ray. So, when we rotate this ray like this or like this, so we get an angle. So, this is the initial side and so OA is the initial side and OB is the called the terminal side. These are the two arms. OA and OB are the two arms of this angle. This is the angle, we represent angle AOB, this, or simply by vertex O. So, AOB or BOA, both, all the three represent same angle, and this is the major rotation from initial to terminal side, that is the measure of the angle. So, we have discussed these points here, terms here which will be required for our topic of today. Now, we have discussed point. Suppose I am taking 4 points, and this is a plane. 4 points I have taken on a plane, and we join all these points. Points are represented by capital letters. Here 4 points are there, so I have represented them by A, B, C and D. So we will join all these 4 points by the line segments. We are joining the 4 points by line segments. So we have joined. Which figure we are getting here? This figure, 4-sided closed. This is closed, having 4 sides, 4-sided closed, and this is plane, 4-sided closed plane figure. So this we have got quadrilateral. So quadrilateral. So this is the topic of today. We will study about something about quadrilateral. So how we are getting? We have taken 4 points in a plane that are, no 3 of them are collinear. What are collinear points? Points which lie on a line are called collinear points. So you can see here, no 3, 2, obviously 2 points are collinear everywhere. All these are collinear. This is collinear, this is collinear, this is collinear, but no 3 of them are collinear. So after joining them, we are getting a quadrilateral. So what is the definition of quadrilateral? A closed plane figure, a closed plane figure made up of 4 line segments is called a quadrilateral. Is called a quadrilateral. So quadrilateral itself, this is made up of 2 words, quadrilateral. Quad stands for 4 and lateral stands for sides, means figure having 4 sides. Now this is the complete definition. This is closed plane, lie on a plane made up of 4 line segments. So this is the definition of quadrilateral. So next we will study about the different terms of the quadrilateral. Now we will study adjacent sides. Adjacent sides AB, BC, BC, CD, CD, DA, DA, AB. These are the 4 pairs of adjacent sides here. And what is common here? Look here, AB, BC, AB, BC, BC, CD, BC, CD, CD, DA, CD, DA, then we have DA, AB. Then look here, AB, BC, these are the 1 pair of adjacent sides. What is common here? That is, this point is common here, means sides having 1 common end point, they are called adjacent sides. So everywhere we will see BC, CD, then this is common, CD, DA, D is common, DA, AB, A is common. So sides of a quadrilateral having 1 common end point are called adjacent sides. So next we will study opposite sides. Opposite sides, opposite sides of a quadrilateral. So here you can see that AB and CD, AB and CD AB, CD, then BC, DA, AB, CD and BC, DA. These are the two pairs of opposite sides of this quadrilateral ABCD. Then what is here? ABCD. So sides which are not adjacent sides in a quadrilateral are called opposite sides, or in another term, in another way you can say that sides having no common endpoints are called opposite sides of a quadrilateral. So next we will study about the angles. Adjacent angles. Now you have studied what are angles. Angles have two arms there. So if you talk about angle A, then we have two arms, AB and AD. AB and AD. So what is common here? Means this is AB and AD, and AB and AD are the two arms of this angle A, and for angle B, AB and BC, these are the two arms of this angle B. So what is common here? You can see that AB, that is the common arm of angle A as well as angle B. So what are adjacent angles? Adjacent angles are those angles of the quadrilateral having a common arm, So we have A and B, angle A, angle B. This is one pair. Then BC, angle B, angle C. Then we have C and D, angle C, angle D. Then we have D and A, angle D and angle A. These are the four pairs of adjacent angles of this quadrilateral ABCD. Now we will study about opposite angles. Opposite angles of a quadrilateral ABCD. Here angle A and angle C, angle A, angle C, angle B, angle D, angle B, angle D. These are the angle A, angle C, angle B, angle D. These are the two pairs of opposite angles of this quadrilateral ABCD. So how we can define what are opposite angles? Means opposite angles of a quadrilateral are those angles which do not have any common arm. So here AB and AD, these are the two arms of angle A, and BC and CD, these are the two arms of angle C. So no arm is common. So angles having no common arm in a quadrilateral are called opposite angles in a quadrilateral. Next we are going to study very important property of quadrilateral, that is the angle sum property. Angle sum property of a quadrilateral, Angle sum property of a quadrilateral. What is the angle sum property of a quadrilateral? That is, as implies, angle sum of the angles of a quadrilateral, that is equal to 360 degrees. So this is the statement that the property says that A angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D, this will be equal to 360 degree. So this is the angle sum property. So we have to prove this. How this is possible that sum of the angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. So we will prove here. So to prove, this is the statement and this is the RTP also of the theorem. So we will write here required to prove, that is RTP. And what is given here? We have given simply a quadrilateral ABCD, a quadrilateral ABCD is given here. So to prove this, what we have to figure we have already drawn there. Now some construction will be required there, then we have to do that one. So we will join the diagonal, any one diagonal we can take. So we will join A with C. We are joining A with C. So now we are numbering here. So construction, what we have done, A is joined to C, or you can say diagonal AC is drawn. So for this we are considering this angle 1, 2, 3, this is 4, 5 and 6. Total we have 6 angles here. So we will take this LHS part of the theorem and we will come to RHS part. Then we will say that we have proved. So to begin, we will take angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D. What we are getting? Angle A. This is equal to what? This complete angle is angle A. This complete angle. So this is 1 plus 6. What we will write here? Angle 1 plus angle 6. Now B itself, this is angle 2. Angle 2. Now come to angle C. This complete angle is angle C. So that is angle 3 plus angle 4 plus angle 3 plus angle 4. We are writing in bracket because this stands for this one. So angle C stands for 3 plus 4. Now angle D, that is angle 5. Now we will rearrange according to our requirement. Here triangle ABC is there, so we will separate the angle 1, 2, 3. We are taking angle 1, 2 and 3 here together. Angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3. This is for one triangle we have taken. Then angle 4, 5 and 6. These are the angles of triangle ACD. So we are taking here angle 4 plus 5 plus angle 6. So all the 6 angles we have written here. Now by the angle sum property of a triangle, we know that the sum of the angles of a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. So 1 plus 2 plus 3, that is equal to 180 degree. Also 4 plus 5 plus 6, 4 plus 5 plus 6, that is, these 3 are also the angles of triangle ACD. So we are getting 180 degree. This is equal to 360 degree. So how we are getting here? By the AL, we say angle sum property of a triangle, we have got this is equal to 360 degree. So we have done this one. We have proved here the sum of the angles of a quadrilateral is equal to 360 degree. Now here I am taking one question, that in a quadrilateral, lateral ABCD, angle C is equal to 100 degree, angle D is equal to 60 degree, and bisectors of angle A and angle B intersect at point P, then find angle APB. So we have given a quadrilateral ABCD such that angle C is 100 degree. So angle C is 100 degree. This angle I have made 100 degree, and angle D is 60 degree. Angle D is 60 degree. So we are joining here. So we are getting a quadrilateral here A, B, C, D. This is given itself in the question. Angle D is equal to 60 degree, angle C is equal to 100 degree, and now bisectors of angle A. Then bisector means it will bisect, do just half of angle A, half of angle A, then half of angle B. They are intersecting at point P. This is the point of intersection. So we have to find this angle APB. Now our problem is we have to find angle APB. So the use of angle sum property of a quadrilateral will be there. So first I am writing what is given here. So angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D, this is angle C, C plus angle D, this what we will get here, this is equal to 360 degree. Why? We have just proved it. Sum of the angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. You will write here by ASP of a quadrilateral, by ASP of a quadrilateral. Then we will write the angles given here. We do not have given angle A, we do not have given angle A, B. Here these are the angle bisector, means this part is equal to this part and this part is equal to this part. So by ASP of a quadrilateral, this we have got. Now angle A plus angle B plus C is equal to 100 degree, D is equal to 60 degree, this is equal to 360 degree. Now what we are getting, A plus B plus 160 degree, this is equal to 360 degree. By adding this one, now we are getting A plus angle B, this is equal to 360, that will transfer to right side, will become negative. So 360 minus 160, that is 360 minus 160, you are getting 200 degree. Now we are coming here, this is half of angle A, this is also half of angle A, this is half of angle B, this is half of angle B. So we will divide here by 2. So we are dividing, this will become A by 2 plus B by 2, dividing both sides by 2. So you will get 100 this side, 100 degree. I am taking this as equation 1. So this is equation 1. Now we will go to triangle APB and apply angle sum property of a triangle. So we will consider triangle APB, triangle APB. In triangle APB, this angle plus this angle means we have considered this one. Then for this is angle A, this is angle B, this is angle P. But we will write here A by 2 or simply A by 2. I am naming here this is 1, this is 2. Clear? And this is P itself, clear there. So angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle APB, angle APB, this is equal to 180 degree. Why? By angle sum property of a triangle. So 1 plus 2, that is, this is actually a by 2 plus b by 2, we are getting angle 1 plus angle 2, this is equal to 100 degree. So 1 plus 2, this is equal to 100 degree plus angle APB, this is equal to 180 degree. This is equal to 180 degree. So you will transfer, then you will get angle APB, this is equal to 180 minus 100, that is angle 80 degree. So this is our answer, angle APB is equal to 80 degree. So that's for all today. We will meet in the next class.